Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the new screencast lecture. Today we're going to continue our scientific method discussion, and we're going to go with hypothesis and prediction. I like this part. Let's get started. At this point, you should know that we've learned to be observant. We have possibly witnessed something strange, something discrepant, and we've learned to question those strange events and to try to figure out what's causing these weird things to happen. We have also learned that chance favors the prepared mind. To start with, I'm going to show you something amazing. Prepare yourself. Wow, that's pretty incredible, huh? Now, what I'm doing is I'm using my psychic powers to turn the lights on and off using my magic psychic hat. Let's see that again. Ooh, scary. Now, some of you may disbelieve that, and they may think things like, oh, maybe what's he doing with his other hand? Now watch, I'm going to show you now, but this takes even more concentration. I'm going to show you my psychic powers using both hands. There you go. See, I've proven to you that I have psychic powers and a magic psychic hat. Here's a clip I want you to check out. This is called Mysterious Crop Circles in France, and this is by YouTube channel Breakfast Television Toronto.
A mysterious crop circle has appeared in France. It's Vimy, France.
Okay.
Some people have been traveling hundreds of kilometers to visit it. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the theory, Steph. People
Okay.
are thinking the cross was a reference to the Knights Templar, which is a Catholic military order founded in 1119, and it speaks to the area's history. Apparently, it was ravaged by fighting in World War I, and Vimy contains a Canadian National War Memorial. So what people are saying is they're feeling energy where the wheat was flattened, and they're saying they think a higher intelligence has made these crop circles. The crop circle cost him 200 to 300 squared meters of wheat, and look at how perfectly that is done. Question, Steph, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe this was done by aliens?
I don't know. I won't discount it, but I don't know if that was done by aliens. What do you think?
Clearly aliens have to be responsible for this, right? I mean, these are crop circles. These are huge. Who else could have done them? Aliens. So put yourself in this scenario. Let's say you're flying over a farm, you're in a helicopter, and you see this. This is definitely a discrepant event. You would not expect to see something like this in a farm. You then ask yourself, well, what caused this? Your problem or your question, if you're using the scientific method, would be something like this. What caused this crop circle to appear? After you've come up with this problem, you're going to want to try to come up with possible answers or answer based on your past experiences. Let's say, for example, you had read an article that looks like this. This is from The Sun. Beyond our knowledge, scientists claim crop circles are hidden messages left by aliens or human time travelers. Dr. Horace Drew, who holds a PhD in chemistry from Caltech, that all sounds very impressive, says advanced alien species could be using plants to communicate peacefully with humans. Cool. So you might say that the crop circles were made by aliens. This possible answer to your problem of where these crop circles came from, this is called a hypothesis. This is a possible answer to the question or a possible answer to the problem. You may have heard someone define hypothesis as an educated guess. I prefer to say that a hypothesis is based on prior knowledge, experience, or logic, not just an educated guess. That's what it means by an educated guess, is you're using experience, past research, or anything like that, using logic. You're not just guessing randomly. So you would come up with a hypothesis like, I think crop circles were made by space aliens. I think this because I read an article once that said aliens make them to communicate with us, like in The Sun. Or let's say you had read an article like this one. Well, this is from Smithsonian Magazine, and this says, Crop Circles, the Art of the Hoax. They may not be evidence of UFOs, ancient spirits, or secret weapons, but there is something magical in their allure. So this is an article in Smithsonian Magazine that says crop circles are a hoax. So what could be your hypothesis now? Well, if you could think about The Sun, which is a magazine, like a tabloid magazine, versus the Smithsonian, you might ask yourself, which is probably a little bit more reliable, which is a more responsible source. And a lot of people would probably say the Smithsonian. So you might think I think that the crop circles were made by people trying to prank us. I think this because I read an article once that said crop circles are a hoax. Okay, here's a clip from YouTube channel CTV News.
We wanted to make the UFO Society think that a UFO had landed. And after a few years, they didn't know whether to believe it or not.
It's an obvious, I mean, it's absolutely obvious. This here, you see, it's not consistent at all with a genuine phenomenon.
I just don't believe them, no.
Absolutely beautiful.
There's no traffic, there's no human beings, there's no nothing. There's a full moon in the sky, lovely starry night.
With your cheese rolls and your...
One of the cool things about hypothesis is that it's okay if your hypothesis is wrong. To make your hypothesis, you're using information that you have right now before you do any experimenting. So it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly logical that you might be wrong. You're going to be making what's called an inference, making an inference. An inference is what you decide about an observation that you made based on clues you have. You may not have all the information that you need to make the correct answer, so you just got to make your decision based on what you have. You might not have all of the information you need, but you do the best that you can right now. You have made a prediction. You're predicting what may or may not happen, or what may or may not be the right answer, but your prediction should be logical. Don't just guess randomly. Let's practice writing a hypothesis. Remember, you need to first answer the question. Then, you need to explain why you came up with the answer that you did based on prior knowledge. Let's take a look at this photo. This is a photo taken at Loch Ness. This is a lake in Scotland, and this photo was taken in 1934. You observe this photo and ask yourself, what is this a photo of? So in your paper, complete this hypothesis. I think this is a photo of... And then you're going to say, I think that this is a photo of blank, and I think this is blank because of whatever prior knowledge or logic that you have. Let's do another one. This next slide has a photo of something very unusual. It was shown by P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey's circus fame. You may have also seen the movie The Greatest Showman. That's P.T. Barnum. This is a photo taken of something that P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey's circus had on display. He said he discovered it in 1842, and he said it was a mummified mermaid. Kind of creepy looking. You observe this photo and ask yourself, what is this a photo of? It could be a photo of a mummified mermaid, and if it's not a photo of a mummified mermaid, it's what else could it be? Complete this hypothesis. I think this is a photo of blank, fill in the blank. I think that this is a photo of blank because of blank, using your past knowledge and logic. Discovering things like a living dinosaur, that'd be an extraordinary claim. Discovering a mermaid skeleton, that's an extraordinary claim. Discovering Bigfoot, extraordinary claim. Discovering something that doesn't exist, that's an extraordinary claim. And extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time. See ya.